everyone, this is Mac Dre Studios speaking to you all online. And today I'm here to tell you Happy New Year's Eve. And I just want to say that 2022 has gone by clearly fast, hasn't it? And that everything is changing for us. Trust me, it's quite a change for me. So I wanted to do this little project before 2023 hits because I noticed I only have a few more hours left until 2023 hits. So I might as well do this before 2023 comes. So what I'm doing right now is I'm going to be telling you all some little bit of Aftermath lore because Season 1 is officially done. It took me about almost a year and a year and a half to finish Season 1 of Aftermath. And now we're looking forward to Season 2 and what's going to happen. So the question is, what's in store for Aftermath Season 2 this year? And how is it going to work? Let me explain my in real life, for example. As you guys already know, I am busy, very, very busy with my life. And I could barely try to make it up for the Aftermath. But I don't have to worry about that anymore. And the reason why is that I have a planner now, and I'm planning each and every one of episode within a typing thing. So I might as well try to work out the episode, and we'll see how it goes. Alright, so my point here is, remember when I posted in my community post telling you guys about my Lawrenson and OC rewrites? So that's what I'm doing today. I'm going to show you guys my rewritten version of my OCs before Aftermath Season 2 gets released. And I want to review every single one of them, and I am thinking about revamping some lore because things are quite changing, and I just need to add a little more details. I don't think it was a bit accurate back then. But you all get my point. So, without further ado, let's get started on the replacement of Sam Lawrenson. And here he is. Here is this guy. I'm not telling you all his name and last name just yet, because I'm planning on revealing it at Season 2, Episode 1, because I feel like it'd be more of a surprise than telling you guys the name right now. So his design is already revealed, so I might as well explain to you all about him. He is the replacement of Sam Lawrenson, yes. And the reason why is because Sam Lawrenson once belonged to Ro. And me and Ro kind of had a little situation with each other. We kind of had a bit of a fight, and then we split it up. It just became a little toxic between us. So I just didn't feel comfortable using Sam Lawrenson anymore. And it's kind of complicated to get his whole lore together because he already belonged to somebody else. Plus, his lore was a bit mixed up and everything, so I figured I would recreate it and give him a redesign as if he was my OC, and what would I do? So, what you all can see here is that he is a lot more different than he is before. He doesn't even look human. I mean, look at him. I also decided to change his hairstyle a little bit. I still kinda kept the brown, so it kind of represents of who he was before. But as for the rest of it, I changed it into like a dark navy blue and some grayish behind it. And I decided to change his outfit and his design completely so it can look a little bit more accurate and more villainous kind of vibes, you know what I mean? And I also decided to go with a purple because Riley's powers are purple themed, so I figured, hey, why not give him the same thing, except more corruptible and insanity mode. And as for his personality, I would say his personality is mostly like he just escaped from a facility hospital. Or if I'm wrong, it's more of a like he is from one of the hospitals, the insanity hospitals that he just escaped out of. And I feel like you guys are going to be asking me, why does he have beef with Riley? What did she do to him? Well, I would say that they don't know each other in the past, but it is his destiny to destroy Riley, along with her siblings. as you guys already know, the Lawrenson siblings, the family, and everything already. It's the Lawrensons that he's after, and he knows Riley is one of them. But just to confirm that right now, Riley is not the only one he's after. Who else is he after? I will not reveal it just yet, but it is a Lawrenson. It is a part of Riley. So, yeah. So he will be explained more while Season 2 keeps going and going. I hope he is the better version of Sam Lawrenson, because I worked really hard on him and tried to get his old design together. So I hope you guys like him, and let's move on to the next one. And here is the replacement of Mark Lawrenson. Again, I'm not going to reveal the name and last name just yet. But what I can say right now is that he is going to be the anti-ally of our main character, Riley. And he did escape from UCN on his own. But before I can get into that, I'm going to talk about his redesign that I did. So I basically redesigned the hair as well. Again, I kind of kept the brown, gave it a grayish kind of thing, and a navy light green on him. So the reason why I changed his design is because, again, you already know the drama that's been happening. Well, a while ago, I've moved on. And I just wanted to change his design, and I'm kind of happy how he turned out. But anyways, back to the point. So, ever since episode 10, when he ran away, he transformed back to this, and then he managed to escape UCN by using the portal powers. That he has the power to travel to different dimensions. Yes, he does have that. The reason why he was sent to UCN in the first place is because of a punishment. Not by Fredbear, Evan, or Cassidy, but it was from somebody else. Somebody else sent in into UCN for not obeying their command. So the command is, being an assassination to all humanity and mortality. He is aware that his own species that are after humanity and mortality, all because they want to rule it all. And there is a deeper thing to that, but I'm not going to explain it just yet until Season 2 goes further on and on. But I will say he is an anti-ally. He's an ally or not an ally, I don't know. But we will see as we get further and further into Season 2. But without further ado, let's move on to Mary Lawrenson. Welcome Mary Lawrenson into this. So you already knew that I'm giving her a rewrite and a new update on her because I just feel like she deserved a lot better. And I kind of felt like she's more of my OC than Rose OC because I'm the one who did use her and be able to create her whole characteristic in the first place. So, yeah. So I'm keeping her. So what can I explain about her so far? Let's start with her old gen self. The old gen self, as you can see, she is crying, trying to hold defense and everything. So the lore here is that she has been growing up trying to impress her parents, trying to be the best daughter they ever had. She's been trying so desperately hard to impress not only her father, but her mother as well. Her mother is one tough shell to try to impress. But my point is, she just wants to grow up being loved. Because she never felt love from her parents, not even her own brother Willin. But I would say, even though her sister Ashley is quite the quiet kid, she still cares about her. So that's why she's been willing to do anything just to get some love from her parents. She would be willing to do anything. So that's why she almost assassinated Lucy from the old Jen video. Because she would do anything to try to receive love from her mom and her dad. She didn't know any better back then in the old Jen. So that's why she had to do what she had to do. Even if it meant losing it all. But if you all watched my recent old Gen video, which got to 100 views, it did backfire because Sarah protected Lucy from Mary. And her mother, Allison, was not happy about that when Mary got caught. So she was going to send Mary away to, to one of the camps or boarding schools far away from Hurricane, because it was supposed to be like her punishment for failing the task, and to never be able to return to her family again. She didn't even want this. She didn't want it all. So she decided to escape from her family and run off into the unknown, which is all I can explain for now. And I hope you all enjoy the Mary Lawrenson's new lore. And now, without further ado, let me introduce you to the new father you all had been waiting for. And the new Lawrenson father is here. Instead of David Lawrenson, it is Jack Lawrenson. That's right, Jack Lawrenson. I love his new look I did. I decided to make him look more assassination kind of thing. Like, you know, if you guys watch Spy X Family, you guys will get, like, your vibes from it. I forgot her name. I'm sorry. But I think her assassin name was the Thorn Princess, if that's what I remember. So think of him as like that. And yeah. So I would explain to you guys a little bit about his backstory. He was an experiment. He was mostly a little bit of a price to pay kind of guy. So what happened is that he had to go to the doctors when he was going down with an illness. He was feeling sick when he was a kid. He was not feeling well. He started to faint 24/7. Having like major episodes. So his parents had to send him to a hospital where he can get cured. His parents do care about him, they just didn't know what price had to be paid. It only took them 4 weeks or a whole month to realize that something was horribly wrong in the hospital. They were experimenting on him more than helping him recover. And what I mean by that is that they're giving him shots, they're giving him testing, and he started to change over time along with his personality, his looks, and the way he even has powers. He could, like, for example, like Doctor Strange or Wanda. I don't know much lore about them. I never watched Madness into the Universe, but I kind of get the point of how this whole thing works. Some of his abilities so far is to dimension travel back in time, and as for the future, I can't make any promises if he can travel to the future or not. He doesn't really master that yet. He can also use what do you call it? Telekinesis or something like that? I don't know. Something that you can make powers float and bam, toss it all over the place. He can also lose control of his powers too, and he has more of them that he cannot control himself. So it's been years that he's been suffering and pain, and he wished he never went to that hospital. Not to mention, his parents felt so horrible. They felt horrible for leaving him there for about a month when they realized one of their relatives was experimenting on him. So they got him away in time, but it was too late already. He was already, you know, not himself anymore. His brothers never saw a difference, though, because his brothers still see him as him. It's just that he changed, which is kind of funny, though. Jalen and Ivan, you know who they are. And Jack is still a caring guy. He still cares about everyone. It's just that he can stare at you right dead in the eye if you dare mess with his family. It's just that he's different. He wasn't even much of a fighter back then until now, with his whole superpowers and everything, like adventures or something like that. And I'm also going to start talking about how he met Mary and how they got married. Classic Mac. I see what you did there. So, anyway. So, how he met Mary is when she was a runaway, right? She was running away, but by pure coincidence, he met her during a riot. She was caught up in a riot right in the middle, and some of the people were about to attack her, and then bam, out of nowhere, Jack started fighting right in front of her. And protect her, blah, blah, blah. He got her away, blah, blah, blah. And that got her to safety, and then it wasn't the last time they met. So, So later, like a week or two, Mary started to tell him about what happened between her family. So Jack knew he couldn't return her to them, so he decided to give her shelter and a place to stay. And about a couple of years later, well, a year later, he realized that he was in love with Mary because of all the kindness she was offering to him and everything they have done together. It took Jack a little bit longer to realize that Mary's the one he's been, well, what true love people would say, the one lady he's been looking for all this time. Like, you know, like one of those fairy tale kind of things. And then about 2 years later, ever since they met, he proposed to her, and then she said yes, and then the wedding, and blah, blah, blah. And they have, like, 6 children. Yo, definitely the whole thing in a nutshell. Now, let's move on to my new LC, shall we? Time to meet Cameron/Whispers, which is the one right beside her. They're both the same person, yes. So, where I created her is that me and Carson did a random roleplay, and that's how I brought her up. So I figured she'd be a fun OC to add in the aftermath. And the reason why is because I feel like she and Agony would be best friends. They both had been through pain. They both are monsters. They never feel like mortals could understand them. So they're perfect. And not to mention Cameron is like a 100-something years old. I'm not really sure. I can't describe her age. So, she is known as a shadow siren. And what shadow sirens do is that they lurk within the shadows, and they can also shapeshift into any human they want. They can shapeshift into any person they want. They can also shapeshift at how they want to look. So Cameron likes the blondes and gray hair kind of thing. She just likes her human form more than her other form. And the reason why is because her mother used to follow the tradition where shadow sirens would try to trick people, sing a little song. Nah, that's not the case. They would shapeshift and try to trick people, like dating, and then bam, assassination, carnivore kind of thing has begun. Like feasting upon humans. But Cameron never wanted that. She's mostly different from all shadow sirens, including her own mother, which is why her mother was never happy with her. Because she's way too different than any other shadow siren she met before. And she never even wants to get arranged with a shadow siren if she was forced to get arranged with one. So Cameron was doing whatever she can ever since she got away from her mother. She's been trying so hard to try to find a way to stop feasting on humans because she never wanted to go down that route. So she usually cooks steaks for herself because she is more of a meat eater, but she would eat any kind of other human food if she wanted to in case steak is not available. She's been training so hard to try to not feast on humans. She never wanted humans to be enemies in the first place. She just wanted to be friends with them. She also has a lot of powers and abilities to learn, but she is kind of scared to use them because she didn't want to become like her mother, her ambitious, bratty mom. Well, anyways, now to my other OC. I'll see you guys in a bit. Meet my other OC, Felix Anderson. And he is one of the main characters / actionist within the season 2 of Aftermath. He is also known as Tape Girl / Allison's ex-boyfriend. And the reason why is because if you guys saw my video, you already know it became toxic. It doesn't end up very well. And he's also known as a rich person alongside with his brother, which I will introduce to you guys within a minute. Felix is kind of a little 50-50, a little understandable, but yet a little bratty at the same time. Because he always gets anger issues when things don't get his way. Plus, he hates it when people tell him that he has anger issues, but it's the truth. He has anger issues. Deal with it. So, Felix is not very a cooperative person, let's just say. But he does do whatever he can to get things back in proper order. So, that's all I can explain for now. But as soon as Season 2 gets further, I will try to explain more and more about him. But for now, I'll explain his brother now. Now for the other OC I want to summarize. His name is Travis Anderson. He is Felix's brother, and he is Riley's ex-boyfriend. And I think you guys already know him from the last Christmas video. And yeah, not much is explained about him just yet. He's rich, he lives with a rich family, and he has his girlfriend, Melissa Jorgensen. I forgot her last name. And yeah, now on to the Hicks family. Meet the Hicks family. That will be in Aftermath 2. So how I can explain about them is, this is Carter Hicks, known as Fred Dash, Funtime Fred Dash, my Funtime OC. He's a soul that possesses Fred Dash, but don't ask me how he's grown. My headcanon is that Revamped usually helps him age, like how humans would. I don't want to even get into it. Help me. And this is his wife, Callie Hicks, and they both met in high school. Her last name used to be something else. I forgot what it was already. And as for their adopted son, his name is Drake. The little tomato head. And this is their biological daughter, Aurora, but she became a meme in my Discord server. Because everyone keeps saying her forehead looks so huge. but yeah, he's also one of the allies of Agony, and he's one of Agony's other best friends, because he knows what it's like to be different too, because he suffered that pain when he was high schooler. He died in 1999 when he turned 16. So, yeah. And I think that is about it for now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I want to thank you guys so much for the support on Aftermath and every single other series that got me this far. And have a happy new year, you guys. Happy 2023. Bye, guys.